Hey everyone, I'm back, and today I'm going to be talking about Stephen King's It. And as you probably saw in the thumbnail, yes, I do have the book, and I'm at chapter 3 right now. And I was trying to finish this book before, the movie came out, but that's not going to happen. And I got it like a week ago. So, without further ado, let's get into the movie. And if you don't know what it's about, then I'll just fill you in briefly. I'm sure you know what it is, but just in case. So the overall plot for it is that Georgie, he goes missing, and you basically see what happens to him at the beginning of the movie. But his older brother Bill is trying to find him, and he doesn't know where he is or if he's alive or dead, but that's basically the plot of the movie. And there just might be a killer clown called Pennywise, the dancing clown, that killed him or took him away. He couldn't tell you. Okay, now we went too long. So, is this movie good? Let's discuss that by getting off to the performances. And the performances in this movie are all great. The child actors are great in this movie, and supposedly, some of them, or at least one of them, is from Stranger Things, but I haven't seen Stranger Things, so. But they were great in this movie. Everyone's great in this movie. The child actors, you usually don't get good performances from child actors, but here you do. Something this movie does really well is that it makes Pennywise, the dancing clown, very scary, terrifying, and you can always tell that something's not right with this clown as soon as you first see him in the movie, not just because I know the famous scene in the movie. Well, in the story, sorry. For those who don't know, this is basically not just an adaptation of the book, but, sorry about the glare, and sorry that it's backwards, but I can't fix that. It's also it's an adaptation of the book, and it's also basically a remake in its own way of the TV miniseries of It, and I haven't seen it, no pun intended. Now that I think about it, there just might be a lot of unintentional puns in this review, so I'll try to keep those minimal, since it's so easy. There goes one right now. So Pennywise in this movie is very scary, and the cinematography or more specifically, the way they use him in this movie, they build up the suspense and make you feel scared whenever he's on screen. He's not in the movie the entire time, but whenever he's on screen, he's pretty terrifying. And there's some issues that I'll get into later on, but the cinematography, they make him look really cool, terrifying, and I love it. Anything with Pennywise is great. The characters, or at least our main group of heroes, this film does a very good job of making you like them. And they're basically the losers. No one cares about them except themselves. And there's some bullies and other people in this town that aren't the nicest, but it's easy to understand. And what these characters are going through. Another thing I liked in this movie was the music. It's very creepy, but I'm trying to stay on my issues because I'm trying to keep one side positives and one side negatives. But the music is really good, but unfortunately I'm going to have to get into my issues now because I can't continue on without saying them, so I'm just going to get into that. the tone in this movie is off in some scenes where it's just very dark and scary. It goes to kind of lighthearted, and then to like a drama, and then to scary, building up suspense, a little bit of drama, suspenseful, scary, and then to like goofy, funny, and those elements in and of themselves work. It's just as a whole, it's a little off, unfortunately. So, and my second issue is that this movie, I think, overuses jump scares, and while they're not false, at least from what I remember, I wish they would stop using them. The opening scene has no jump scares, but it was fantastic, just like the opening scene in Lights Out. And I don't know why. I'm not saying that's the only thing this movie does that's scary, because there are some very intense scenes in this movie. It's just the jump scares I wish didn't happen. And as far as the music goes, it gets a little obnoxiously loud for myself. Overall, this movie, those are basically my three major complaints with this movie. And overall, I think this movie was very well made, very scary, and I did my best to try not to give anything away, story-wise, and I might do a spoiler-filled review for this movie. If I don't be surprised. And if I do not be surprised, because I'm thinking I might want to do one, but I'm not sure. But this movie is very scary, and while it has its problems, I think it's still a great movie, and I think it has very good replay value. And I don't think anyone would walk out of this movie unsatisfied. So I'm going to give it an A-. This movie surprised me. I was thinking it might be absurd garbage and just disposable that's trying too hard, but it ended up being surprising, based on the trailers, that is. But the movie's pretty great. Thank you as always for watching my videos. If you like this review, leave a like. Tell me what you thought of it down below. Follow me on Twitter. A link for my Twitter will be in the description down below. Subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up. And until then, have a great day.